Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys hear me. I only have 20 minutes to do this, so um, a lot of you guys asked me to how to do the basics, right? So how to chart, how to read a chart. So today I'm going to teach you the basics, okay? Support and resistance, something that I'm very big on, okay? I'm pretty sure you guys want to know how to do that because it's pretty cool, right? Okay, so this is a chart, and this is the SPY, the S&P 500, practically all the tech stocks put together, right? So every morning I would actually have this with all my other tickers. Okay, if I'm trading a stock, a tech stock, I will have this up, and I'll show you why right now. Okay, okay, this is stock Roku. Okay, March 4th. Look at that. Does that look familiar to you? Look at this. Up, down, up, up, down, up, then comes down, up, comes down, up, down, up. Ooh, scary, isn't it? That's why there are times where this it moves exactly the same. Okay, that's the reason why you have to watch for that, because I've learned that the hard way. I think last year, actually, about in June, I figured that out. It moved the same one day, and it was going the wrong direction that I was trading at. Okay, so that is why I have it up too. Okay, come back to this. So this is my watch list. I will always have the SPY and the VIX. Okay, the VIX is the volatility indicator. Okay, so when there's fear in the market, this thing goes up. So this is a 5 minute chart. So let's go to a 1 hour chart. All right, we were at 22 most of the time this past couple months, but look what happened today. Uh huh. That means selling off, right? That means as fear goes up, this thing pops up. Okay. You want to see under here. Say when this goes up, the premiums of option gets more expensive. Okay. Okay. TLT. That's the 10-year bond. I just recently researched this. Okay. It's boring. I don't really want to trade it, but it's there to see it. Of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Look at that. Okay, so before you draw a support and resistance line, okay, let's say any stock. Let's say we'll pick, I don't know, this small fruit company, right? Let's see here. Let me delete this. Delete that. Okay. So usually, if you don't know the stock ticker, you would actually want to start out with the weekly first, right? Start out with the weekly and then move your way in, okay? Outside in. You don't want to trade in a vacuum. You want to go from outside in because you get the broader picture, okay? You see everything first and then you work your way in. So I have mine as the weekly, which I rarely use. Just if I don't know a stock ticker, I get a glimpse of it. 4 day, actually, a friend showed me this, and you see patterns better. Okay, so these are candlesticks, right? This white obviously is green, and black is supposed to be red, but that's my color. Okay, your preference. Yeah, it's interesting. So I use that, but usually you go with the weekly, go with the daily. Okay, so with the daily, what does that mean? Every bar is 1 day, right? Obviously, the last couple of days is pretty crappy. Okay, 4 hour chart, some people trade off the 4 hour. 1 hour, I actually look at the 1 hour for trends. Okay. 30 minutes, you can look at that too. 15 minutes, yes. 5 minutes is what I use to day trade. Okay. 5 minutes, and it could be 1 minute and 2 minutes. I find 2 minutes better because it's not as intense. If you put 1 minute, this thing is gonna be like everywhere. It'll be too intense for you guys. Trust me on that. So 2 minutes, I find it a little easier on the eyes. I don't freak out as much. And with the 2 minutes is usually for my entries. Okay, it's more accurate. But the 5 minutes, I think everybody should learn with the 5 minutes. Okay. Down here is your volume, which is very important. Okay. If you know how the volume moves, or a certain stock that hits a certain volume, you can take advantage of that. And I sure did before. Okay. Now, by the way, this is TradingView. Okay. It's free, but the premium version costs money. I use the premium because it's cheaper. Over here is your indicators. You can always look here, find whatever you want. Even if you don't know the names of the candlestick pattern, they have it there for you. All this, volume profile. Okay, my favorites. Okay, I have all this. And let's get started. Okay. So, of all the indicators that I use, this is probably the one that I like the most. Okay. This is DTR versus ATR. ATR is your average true range. Okay. That means that for every stock, it moves at a certain pace, right? So let's say Apple, it moves about 4 points up one way or 4 points down the other way. Okay. And DTR is the range that is moving today. Okay. So there are days where it just moves two instead of that. The thing I like about this is when it gets close to that range, it turns red and it's telling you, hey, it's going over that range. So that's telling you, hey, be careful, danger. Okay. Once it overextends, you have to worry about that, because if you don't, you can get hurt. See, that's why I really like that. This is, to me, is pretty important to me. Okay. That's my like little oh shit indicator. Okay. So let's say this is Apple, right? Yes, it's Apple. So with Apple, where would you draw a resistance line? Let's see. This is when it's split. Obviously, right here is when it's sold off, right? After the split. Okay, over here is where you can use your trend lines. I already have it saved. So let's, for the sake of this, okay, I will have it right there. Okay, so let's say it was right here, not in hindsight, right? Okay, right here, two connecting points. That's exactly where I would put it, right? I'll put red and blue for support. Okay, so obvious right here is the high. You can also mark that if you want, but since you see these two connecting points, I will put a line through it, right? Because why? Look what happens. Comes up, comes back down, comes up. Look. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. So now there's two ways you can go about this. You can go with a horizontal line, from right here to right here. Okay, I have this magnet on. Let me take this off. Am I not seeing anything today? What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, here is the line. There you go. Okay, if you guys see, sometimes it's hard to see that line, right? Look, you can go with that 4 hours. Look at it. Look how it aligns with each other perfectly, right? So let's go back to daily. Okay, so this is your horizontal line trend. Okay, could be the other way too if it's like that. So notice, for this to qualify, it has to touch that point twice, right? And every point that it touches, it has to be higher than the other. So look, Apple on their earnings this summer gapped up. It's a gap and go. And after that, the split, boom. One, two, comes up. The resistance line, boom, up. So, of course, the sell off, right? It broke this. Okay. So now, let's say if you're intraday trading more closer to here, you would actually, let's see. Yeah, I would actually put it right here. Um, okay. See, sometimes you gotta play around with this and see where the line best fits. So if this, we didn't see this in hindsight, let's see here. If it went down here, I would actually put it right here. Yeah, I would actually go right here. All right, let's go with this magnet. Okay, so we go with blue. Okay, we go with blue because this is from December, right? Yeah. So it's more shorter term, like more recent, okay? So you don't have to draw that line. You could, but it's more important if you do the support and resistance, right? So this occurred a couple days ago. So let's say that you saw it right here. Look what happens. If you had this marked already, it went up, comes down, comes back up, comes down. That's perfect right there, right? Comes up, comes down. Okay, so with the sell off, it actually broke support. Okay, so that's the scary part right now. Once it breaks support, you don't know where the next support, like the major support, is, because this was supposed to be the major support area, but now it's not anymore, right? So that's your basic. And let's go. Let's do another one. Let's go to my swing trading one. Okay, let's go with Fastly. Why? Because I got into this trade recently and I lost money, lost $4,000 off of this. But I've made money in the past because of this. Okay, so let's see here. Daily chart. Let's see. Support and resistance. Where should we go as support? Is it fair to say right here? Okay. Yes. Okay. I wouldn't put it down here because look right here, it happened today. So that's, in hindsight, yeah, you can put it there, but realistically, if you went from here, you see where the point touches. That's where I would put it, right? Okay. How about resistance? Where will we put resistance? So we look up here, right? Let's see. Okay. Is it fair to put it right here or right here? Right here? Okay, we'll go right here. That's fair. Right? There you go. Okay? Notice, I told the guys in the chat room this a couple of days before this happened, okay? Because, look, history repeats itself, right? Look, runs up on earnings, guess what? The next morning you wake up from 117, if you're in this trade, option trade, you would have woke up to 87 bucks. That hurts, okay? Went down to 77, comes back up, comes back down, comes up, overextends, and look what happens. Woke up at 130, and then you wake up to 87. Comes back down here, comes up, look what happens. Boom. Okay, you didn't wake up, it gradually went down. Okay, so you see how it kind of goes through here. Some people do this, okay, and you're gonna see this. So down here is your demand zone. Okay, demand zone usually just means major support, strong support, right? That just means that every time it hits down there, it gets bought up because demand is high at this range, right? Mostly institutions, okay? So that's when you know it's a good buy, when it hits a major support line and it bounces right back up, okay? So up here, you see how this overextends? We can always do it like this, right? We will do it like that. And then buy zone. All right. Reason why we put zones like this is because sometimes that line is not accurate, right? Sometimes it goes above that, so you put that zone there because you give it a little room, because sometimes it comes up a little bit and then it comes down, like right here. If you're just basing it off that, it can trick you. Come down here, come up, come down, and then take off. Okay, so reason why I brought this up, because I've traded this before. Okay, after I saw this and noticed this, after this I traded it right here. Okay, I traded right here, and I know that right here it had a little resistance, so I sold right there. So from here, 64 to 9, that's a bit. You can make a living doing that, okay? So then I see it coming up, coming down. I figured, hey, it's worked for me before. Do it again. Guess what? I thought wrong, okay? I did it during a sell-off, and that was wrong with me. I should have waited for confirmation, okay? You have to wait for confirmation and volume right here to do that, okay? So that is support resistance, and some people call it supply and demand. You might hear that from some people, okay? So hopefully that is helpful. I have like 26 seconds left. Yes! So hopefully this makes sense to some of you guys. But if you need help reading a chart or drawing these lines, hey, let me know. I'll help you out. Okay? Hope you like this video, because it's good practice for me. It's good practice for you. And journal your trades.